A shocking meeting just happened behind your back. They're discussing your future without you. Archangel Michael says, there was a meeting. Your name was at the center of it. And you weren't even invited. You have been walking through your days unaware that a room full of people was whispering, scheming, making decisions about your destiny without your knowledge. While you were focused on your healing, they were focused on controlling your direction. This wasn't just any discussion. This was a well-planned circle formed with the intention to redirect your life without your consent. In this moment, your spirit is uneasy, and for good reason. You've been sensing energy shifts, sudden coldness from people, and odd silences that hold too much meaning. That's because behind your back, conversations have been unfolding that should have included your voice. Archangel Michael says, those you trusted most are not who they pretend to be. They gathered to talk about your next steps, not to help you, but to steer them toward their advantage. They talked about your relationships, your decisions, and even your finances, as if you were incapable of choosing for yourself. They pretended it was for your good, but the truth is chilling. Jealousy, power, and hidden motives fueled this meeting. They envy your potential and are afraid of what will happen when you finally step into your true power, because they won't be able to control it. Someone in that room smiled when your name was mentioned. Not out of love, but victory. They feel they've figured you out, that you're predictable. But oh, they're not ready for what's coming. You are about to shock every single one of them. The reason you're reading this now is because you were meant to find out. Nothing can remain hidden under divine light. What they planned in darkness is now being exposed in detail. One woman led the conversation. She kept circling back to something you told her in confidence. She used your vulnerability to paint you as unstable. Another person, a man with whom you once shared dreams, sat quietly, nodding, as if you were a burden he finally wanted to unload. They're not only trying to shape your story, they're trying to erase your role in it. But your destiny doesn't belong to them. It never did. The angels intercepted this moment. They pushed this message into your timeline because divine interference was necessary. If you knew what they were planning for the next 7 days, you would understand the urgency. They are trying to decide whether to give your opportunity to someone else. They are trying to close doors in your name while smiling in your face. The meeting has already affected decisions behind the scenes. Someone is being swayed to walk away from you. But listen closely. This message is not meant to make you afraid. It is meant to arm you. You are not powerless. You are not alone. You are not voiceless. Right now, decisions are still being shaped. And while they think you are unaware, you are receiving spiritual downloads faster than ever. The truth is, the more they plot, the more they expose themselves to the heavens. A document was brought up in that meeting. A contract, either legal, emotional, or spiritual, connected to your name. One of them suggested rewriting it to exclude your benefits. Another agreed, saying you were too difficult to work with. Archangel Michael says this betrayal was long in the making. The seeds were sown in silence. The same people who said, "I'm here for you," were also the first to speak against you when you weren't in the room. But they didn't count on this. The divine has ears everywhere. Now, you're being summoned to reposition yourself. You are being instructed to observe their moves without announcing yours. Watch what they do next. Someone will reach out to you with false concern. Don't fall for it. Their words will be carefully chosen, but their energy will feel hollow. Someone else will go completely silent, not because they're innocent, but because they feel guilty and don't want to be caught. Your future is sacred. They cannot hold it hostage with closed-door meetings and whispered judgments. The truth is, even as they planned, your name is still too powerful to erase. God is watching, and God is rerouting what they tried to hijack. This is your confirmation. A major opportunity is still yours, but it may now come through different hands. Because the original messengers have been corrupted. You may feel isolated right now, but don't rush to reconnect with those who've shown their true colors. Sometimes, the silence of God is louder than the noise of man. In your stillness, you will hear exactly what to do next. A friend you distanced yourself from will resurface soon. They were not part of the meeting, but they've heard about it, and they're wrestling with whether or not to tell you everything. When they reach out, let your intuition lead. Archangel Michael says you must not beg to stay in rooms where your spirit has been dissected. You must not sit at tables where your presence is tolerated but your absence is celebrated. This is the hour of divine separation. Your name was spoken with disrespect, but from this moment forward, it will be spoken with awe. You are entering a season of elevated clarity. Every conversation that involves your destiny will now be revealed to you, even if it's in dreams, visions, or sudden revelations. You'll be shocked how many people's masks fall off this week. They were discussing your next move. Now, you will be the one deciding theirs. The person who tried to remove you will soon need you. The one who suggested cutting you off financially will have to request your help. The one who falsely accused you will watch as you're publicly honored for the same trait they used to attack you. Don't worry about their plan. God's plan always overrides man's manipulation. This moment is sacred because it marks the turning point. You just received insight that was meant to be buried. You're no longer in the dark. Heaven has pulled you out of their trap and is placing you back in your position. Now walk with quiet fire. You've been warned, not to fear, but to rise. This is your prophecy unfolding. Watch who changes. Watch what shifts. Watch how everything they tried to build without you begins to crumble. And when it all starts, don't explain yourself. Let truth speak through your favor. Let justice unfold through your elevation. And let the ones who tried to erase you come face to face with the divine signature that cannot be deleted, your purpose. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. The days ahead will be revealing. Prepare for an unusual calm before a divine interruption. There will be strange behavior from certain people, excessive kindness, awkward pauses, avoidance of eye contact. That's the aftershock of the meeting. One of them is regretting what was said. They didn't expect the conversation to go as far as it did. But once the door was opened, your name was dragged into places it didn't deserve to be. Archangel Michael says your silence has more weight than their opinions. The reason they fear you is because they cannot predict your next step. That unpredictability is your shield, use it. Someone among them took notes. They recorded what was said, either digitally or mentally, and they've been revisiting it again and again, wondering if it was right. This person still has a flicker of light within them, and they might be the one who eventually exposes it all. You must not be swayed by their sudden invitations, their shallow apologies, or their backhanded compliments. They want to pull you in just enough to control the damage. But the damage was done when they removed your voice from your own future. Right now, your spiritual team is making moves in realms unseen. You might feel exhausted, unfocused, or emotionally heavy. That's the weight of warfare, because the battle they began in secret is now being fought in spirit. But here is what they didn't plan for: you are anointed. Your path is protected, and no closed-door meeting can cancel what heaven has stamped as permanent. Archangel Michael says you will be contacted with a proposal soon. Don't rush to accept it. Take time. Let the truth come to light. There is something missing in what they'll present to you, a detail they left out, because it benefits them, not you. You are standing on a prophetic cliff. One more step forward, guided, not pushed, and everything changes. They were hoping you'd step back in fear, but instead, you are rising with fire. There's a letter, message, or email that will arrive late at night or early morning, from someone who sat in that meeting but kept quiet. It will be worded carefully, but the guilt will drip through every sentence. This is a divine leak. Do not use your energy to retaliate. Don't try to confront everyone. You're not required to prove your worth to people who try to rewrite your story without including your truth. The next few weeks will reveal everything you weren't supposed to know. Conversations will echo. Hints will slip. Even strangers will confirm details without realizing what they're saying. These are all divine instruments. A person in authority, possibly a boss, elder, or someone with influence, will reconsider their decision because of something they've spiritually sensed. That meeting shook more than your name. It disturbed the divine order, and God is correcting it. Archangel Michael says, you are being reset, not rejected. You are being elevated in silence so your enemies cannot interfere with the process. The next room you enter will not be because someone invited you. It will be because heaven assigned you. They discussed your future, but they forgot, your future is not theirs to decide. You are not a puppet in their play. You are the author of your own divine chapter, and God is co-writing it. Every betrayal, every lie, every manipulation from that meeting is now under divine review. They didn't know angels were in the room, but they were. And every word was recorded in the heavenlies. This is a warning and a preparation. Watch who suddenly disappears from your life. It is not abandonment, it is divine protection. Watch who suddenly reappears. It is not always reconciliation, sometimes it's testing. And watch how people try to reattach themselves when they see your favor begin to rise again. Stay discerning. Because from here, things move fast. You're about to be asked to step into something new, a role, a project, a relationship, a platform, and it will feel both exciting and intimidating. That's how you'll know it's divinely designed. It won't be something you have to beg for. It will be something that was prepared specifically for you while they were trying to exclude you. Archangel Michael says heaven's agenda was not disrupted, only delayed for a moment so you could see the truth. They thought they had time to sabotage you, but what's coming cannot be slowed. You will not walk into your blessing quietly. There will be noise. There will be attention. There will be jaws dropping, because the same people who doubted you will witness you being chosen. The person who said, "They're not ready," will choke on their words when you walk in prepared beyond imagination. The one who laughed behind your back will soon have to clap in front of your face, because your glow cannot be dimmed. Do not weep over this. Do not carry resentment. Instead, carry revelation. This meeting behind your back was not your ending, it was your awakening. They tried to play God with your name, but God never gave them that power. Now, you rise. Now, you rebuild. Now, you step fully into the chapter they tried to erase. And as the divine page turns, you will see clearly why it all had to happen this way. You're not late. You're not left out. You're right on time, and heaven saved the seat with your name on it. This message will stay in your spirit for the next few days. Let it remind you, no one gets to decide your future when you were created by eternity. And when you start to feel doubt, again, return to these words. They tried to plan my life without me. But God reminded them, my destiny is not up for discussion. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says what they tried to remove from your story will now become the most powerful part of your testimony. The tables are turning quietly. And those who thought they had the final word are about to witness your divine elevation in real time. The ones who gathered in that secret meeting are already beginning to sense something is unraveling. Their alliance is weakening. What they planned in agreement is now tainted with guilt, fear, and divine interference. This is no longer just about what was said. It's about what is happening now in the unseen. There's confusion stirring in the minds of those who turned against you. They were confident in their plan, but now, they're haunted by dreams, setbacks, and unexpected delays. This is the result of heaven's intervention. The moment they removed you from their table, heaven prepared a bigger one just for you. One of them will try to reach you with a neutral message. Something casual. Just checking in, text. But you will feel it, the energy behind it. It's not curiosity. It's fear of being exposed. You are not to panic. You are not to react. You are to elevate quietly while heaven corrects every wrong they tried to make permanent. Soon, your name will appear in conversations that have divine authority. Rooms you didn't even know existed will start calling your presence forward. The person they tried to place in your position will begin to crumble under the pressure, because they don't carry your grace. Archangel Michael says every hidden thing is being brought to light. Someone who sat silently in that meeting will become your unexpected defender. They're waking up. They can't stay comfortable knowing how wrong it was. Their heart is heavy, and soon, they will deliver you key information. This is a divine shift, not a setback. Every no they tried to force is about to become a yes in your favor, but not by their doing, by heaven's design. The man who betrayed you will feel the full weight of his silence. He will soon face the consequences of backing away from you at a crucial moment. He didn't speak up when it mattered, and that silence is speaking volumes now. There is a place you were meant to enter that they blocked intentionally, but the door they closed is not the only door. God is opening a side entrance, one they didn't see coming, and it leads to a higher floor. Prepare yourself. Your emotions may become intense as you begin to fully absorb what happened behind the scenes. You may feel grief, rage, even disbelief. Let them pass through you, but don't let them anchor you. This moment is not about proving you were right. It's about stepping into the path that can no longer be denied. God will give you signs, vivid dreams, divine encounters, repeating confirmations, all pointing you toward something greater than the version of your future they tried to write without you. The group involved will soon face discord. What was once a united front is now a fragile alliance. The guilt, the secrets, the ego, they can't hold it together anymore. You are not the only one seeing the truth now. Others are beginning to question their loyalty to this broken plan. There's a shift coming that will scatter their alliance completely. And when it happens, you won't even need to lift a finger. Archangel Michael says stand tall and let them fall. This is not your battle to fight with words. This is a divine war that will be won with grace, silence, and elevation. You will be honored in a space where you were once ridiculed. You will be supported by people you never expected. You will receive a call, unexpected, powerful, destiny-shifting, and when it comes, do not hesitate. This call will bypass every detour they set up. It will carry your name with weight and purpose. They cannot block what's already yours. They cannot undo what heaven already confirmed. They cannot hold what wasn't meant for their hands. You may have missed the meeting, but you didn't miss the calling. That calling is louder now than ever before. Listen. Something is rising in you. Courage, fire, clarity. That's not random. That's divine activation. That's your spirit responding to heaven's signal that it is time. The walls they built to keep you out are now crumbling. The stage they tried to keep you off is now being rebuilt with your name etched into it. This is divine reversal. This is exposure. This is justice. And it is happening now. As you step into this next chapter, move differently. Don't explain your glow. Don't apologize for your voice. Don't beg for rooms that don't honor your name. Instead, create new spaces. Build new bridges. Attract those who carry respect, not just interest. Archangel Michael says this exposure was needed for your expansion. Had you stayed unaware, you would have remained loyal to people who were trying to shrink you. But now you rise, wide-eyed, fully aware, and untouchable. The people who plotted behind your back never imagined you'd find out. But God didn't just want you to know. God wanted you to grow. And now that you've seen what's behind the curtain, you can never go back to smallness. Every person, every word, every silent betrayal, it all served a purpose. It pulled you into this divine realization. They never had the power. You always did. You were just too kind to use it. But now, you will use your power with purpose, clarity, and grace. Watch how things unfold now. Watch who stumbles. Watch who confesses. Watch who suddenly tries to rewrite history. And above all, watch yourself win. Not because you fought, but because you finally let heaven fight for you. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says what was hidden has now been shattered by divine light. The atmosphere around you is shifting quickly. People are growing uncomfortable because your name is still moving with power, even though they tried to bury it. They didn't expect you to survive the silence. They didn't expect you to still be standing after being erased. But here you are, glowing with strength, carrying truth, and protected by heaven. This new chapter is not about revenge. It's about release. It's about recognizing who never deserved access to your heart, your plans, or your journey. One person from the meeting is watching you quietly, full of envy and confusion. They don't understand how you're still thriving. That's because they don't know what it means to be spiritually fortified. They don't know that when heaven is on your side, no amount of human scheming can destroy divine destiny. There will be a strange turn of events soon. Someone who once supported the betrayal will now need your help. You will be tempted to turn away, but listen, this is a divine test. You will respond with wisdom, not wrath, and that response will unlock even more favor. Every room where they gossiped about you is now being filled with your name in a different tone, one of respect, wonder, and regret. You will hear about it soon, how one person defended you when you weren't present. They didn't speak up during the meeting, but they've started speaking up now. Their guilt has turned to truth. And their truth will open a door for you that no one else can close. Archangel Michael says your silence was divine strategy. While they plotted, you were being rebuilt. While they manipulated, you were being aligned. And now, the time of exposure has come. One of the shocking truths you will soon learn is that someone in that group was only there to spy on you. They pretended to support you, but their every move was calculated. But guess what? Even their manipulation served your elevation. Every attempt to twist your story has made you stronger. Their time of deception is over. Your time of rising has just begun. You were never meant to be managed by people who couldn't handle your power. You were never meant to be discussed like a liability when you are a divine asset. You were never meant to be edited out of your own prophecy. And now that the illusion is broken, you'll never go back. This is your moment to move with intentional clarity. No more explaining. No more proving. No more shrinking. You are walking into spaces that have been prepared for your healed self, not your former self. Watch as unexpected supporters emerge. People you didn't know were watching your journey will begin to speak life into you. The shift is undeniable. You are being vindicated, not privately, but publicly. A major opportunity is going to present itself very soon. The timing will be divine. It will happen shortly after someone from that meeting faces a serious loss. Something they thought they could count on will collapse, and while they are scrambling, you will be lifted. You won't need to announce anything. God is doing the announcing for you. Your name is being whispered in favor-filled spaces. And this time, not out of manipulation, but out of admiration. Archangel Michael says your voice is returning to the rooms they tried to silence you in. Not because you fought for it, but because heaven demands justice. And now, let this settle deeply in your soul. You are no longer in the shadows. You are no longer waiting for approval. You are no longer watching people choose their comfort over your truth. This is your divine emergence. And as you rise, some will say they supported you all along. Let them. You don't need to correct them. The truth speaks for itself, and your life will be the loudest proof. They thought they were powerful because they met in secret, but they underestimated the power of the one who walks with angels. They didn't realize your name is sealed in light, not in gossip. They didn't realize your future was already secured, not by their vote, but by God's will. They didn't realize that this moment, right now, would be the one where everything they built on lies would collapse, and everything you built with faith would begin to shine. It's already happening. One by one, they will witness the rise they tried to prevent. And one by one, you will walk through doors no man can close. Walk with your head high. Walk with your spirit clear. Walk with your soul open, but your wisdom sharpened. This next chapter is divine revenge without rage. It is restoration without revenge. It is power without apology. Archangel Michael says you are the storm they tried to silence. You are the answer they thought they could delay. You are the miracle walking in human form. So go forward now, chosen one. Let the dust of that meeting stay in the past, because you were never meant to sit in circles that fear your light. You were created to build the table, not beg for a seat. And now, that's exactly what you'll do. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.